Welcome back to another video. We are discussing something that End of Waste Foundation has created. It is a distributed responsibility system. And what that is all of us are responsible for our waste. Global warming is happening to all of us, so we all have to have a collective effort to fight global warming. So Ionut is going to speak more about that and tell us more.
We already have a circular economy.
All right.
It's existing. Unfortunately, it is broken.
Yes.
So we have some small parts where us as stakeholders in this system, we do not work together.
Mm-hmm.
So if we imagine a product which is, let's take the glass.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a product which is packaged in a glass packaging, in a glass container. Let's discuss about this as an example. So we have some guys extracting the sand, creating the chemicals needed, all of this as a raw material for a new glass bottle.
Right.
So we have already some stakeholders. We hope that we do not use so much of this because we should recycle more.
Right.
The second stakeholder is the bottle manufacturer. He's working to build a product, but does he take the decision how the product have to look like?
Yeah, and how it's made.
How it's made,
Right.
how do we use lately the product which is which use the glass as a packaging? No, he just receive an order from the next stakeholder, from the product manufacturer, who by design or by need or by marketing take the decision that his product, water, beer, wine, spirits, food, anything, it's packed in plastic or paper or glass.
Right.
So he said, okay, for the best of my product, I decide now to use the glass as a packaging.
Mm-hmm.
This is the product manufacturer.
Right.
So he needs a bottle. He goes back to the bottle manufacturer and he says, I need this bottle and please produce this bottle for me because I need it.
Right.
Why he need it? To sell us the product, the final product, because when we drink water, we did not consume the container, of course.
Right.
So
And we need the container as well.
we need a container, but maybe we will learn more how to use reusable containers
Right.
into this one. So we have the product manufacturer. The product manufacturer, after he produce his product, he package his product, he fill up the glass bottle, he has to sell it.
Right.
And we have some industries, especially when we speak about alcohol, beer or other spirits, wine is accepted, they have a mandatory regulation which stipulates that they have to use distributors.
Mm-hmm.
So we have another stakeholders,
Right.
which all of the stakeholders, we will see they make profit. They make profit not only by producing a product, but delivering
Right.
the product with that package. And we have to understand that each of the stakeholder, and we will be also on our situation as citizens, we influence positively and negatively the system.
Right.
So let's go back to the distributor. The distributor takes the not any more empty bottles,
Mm-hmm.
but the full bottles with the product and deliver it to the retailer,
Right.
to the e-commerce,
Right.
or maybe through other intermediaries to our home if we speak about e-commerce and if we order online.
Right.
But we have this distributor, and mainly his place is there, especially on alcohol, as I said, because the state, the government has to collect alcohol taxes. And they decided that this is the most easiest way to deal with alcohol industry, to capture this distributor between product manufacturers and the retailers. And because we have this distributors, product manufacturers from other industries, they use the same distributors because they already have the infrastructure.
Right.
Then the retailer.
Mm-hmm.
We have very nice groceries, very nice shops,
Right.
a very nice area to walk and also to spend money and to consume.
Yes.
But the retailer is managing his business by square foot. How much money he make per square foot.
That makes sense.
This is why we don't have any more special spaces in the retailer area to manage empty bottles. So the retailer is managing his space very, very profitable for himself.
Right.
Even if you walk through a grocery, you can see all the spaces are managed very, very wisely. And you don't have any space to leave an empty bottle there.
Right.
So this is why they also have a very important role also in the future of that package. Finally, it's us, the king of the world,
Right.
citizens,
Right.
as consumers, as the waste generators, as we have different hats, and we act differently depending on the situation. We elect politicians, we consume, we generate waste.
Right.
On each of this, we take decisions and we influence the circular economy. I told you, we have a circular economy.
Right.
It's broken.
Right.
We just have to repair and to establish who is doing what, when, and why. So we go to the grocery. Myself, I do not buy, for example, water in plastic bottles. I prefer to use a filter of home and to use refillable bottles. And I think this is, for example, the best solution.
Right.
Maybe in the future, I will go to the grocery and use this refill also for beer, for wine, for some other stuff that I can do. And even for food sometimes, we can use this kind of. I think if we ask our parents, our grandparents, about how they did in the past about this,
Right.
we just have already solution, but we forgot it.
Right.
It's, of course, plastic. Plastic is the most easiest one for all the stakeholders. It's very easy. It's very easy to use in the production. It's not heavy.
Right.
For the distributor, it's very easy to manipulate by the retailer. It's even for us, with us being lazy a little bit, we can say.
Right.
The plastic is very easy.
Yeah.
Wrap it,
Convenient.
throw it away.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we want something more environmental friendly, we have to spend some more time and some more resources to be more environmental friendly, but not like something that it is an expense,
Right.
not something that it is a cost for us. It is something that we invest in our future, in our children's future.
Right.
So we spoke about the bottle manufacturer, we spoke about the product manufacturer, we spoke about the distributor, we spoke about the retailer and about the citizens. These stakeholders are the most important in the economy. Why? Let's see some decisions which influence negatively the waste system. Many years ago, beer bottles, let's take beer bottles as an example. Green, brown, the same size, the same shape. It was exactly the same. Doesn't matter the brand. You can buy a beer from each brand and then you can reuse it, refill it from a different brand. Now, because we have marketing departments
Right.
and brand managers, don't blame them, but they think how to be more attractive, how to convince us to buy that bottle.
Right.
So they change the design. So in this moment, maybe if we have 1,000 brands from 100 companies, we have 1,000 different sizes and shapes of glass. So no more reuse.
Right.
We cannot reuse it. It's the cost to reuse it, to separate it, and to use the supply chain backward to send it to the product manufacturer. It's almost impossible.
Right.
So unfortunately, reuse on this kind of bottle is in this moment, it's expensive, and it's not effective also for the CO2 footprint and everything. This is why, until now, we spoke a lot about the benefits of reuse of glass. For some specific products, the reuse of the glass containers is not effective. It's much more effective to recycle. So let's think only in this paradigm, reuse and recycle. Let's kill the landfill, let's kill every other option that we have.
Okay.
And let's think in this one, how can we reuse and recycle more? And for glass packaging, for a lot of products, recycle is the best option. But we have, from the moment that we design the product, as a product manufacturer, we have to think on this one.
Right.
So this is a responsibility of the product manufacturer to design and to produce his packaging, his product, correlated to the life cycle of the product. What's happening with my empty bottle after you consume the beverage? What do you do with this? From that moment, I have to do something. Distributors are using their trucks one way with that product, with that container filled up with that product, and then maybe on the way back, the truck is doing something else. So they are winning money, they have a profit.
Right.
If we analyze the profit margins for the industries, if we compare product manufacturers, distributors and retailers, sometimes distributors has the biggest gross margin in this chain. But let's don't think only about who is making money or not, because this is not the main subject. This is not the main point here. But the distributor, if he would be willing to take back the empty containers, to help the system, it will have a positive impact into the future.
Right.
Retailers, if the retailers will organize their space in order to receive back our empty bottles, because if I'm buying something from this grocery, me personally, I am willing to give back to the grocery the empty containers. I will give you back. I consume the product, I give you back the containers. If I spend already some money on that containers, maybe me and the retailer, we can share the value. We can evenly share the value. But this is a decision of the retailer. If he says, I don't want any more empty containers in my space because I don't have the space, this means it kills this relation. I don't have any other option but to go to the bin or to the collection center or to do something. I cannot drop it. I cannot throw it away in the woods or in the river. Yeah. So I have to do something. So each of them, by taking some decisions, they contribute positively or negatively. In some other area in the world, European Union, Canada, Japan, or other countries which discuss extended producer responsibility. They put 100% of the effort and burden, operational and financial, only on the product manufacturer. Our solution, using technology, we understood that we have to distribute this responsibility between all the stakeholders. So again, product manufacturer, distributor, retailer, and consumer. We are a consumer. So we have to take our responsibility and distribute it between us. If we analyze the decisions, if we analyze the involvement in the system, if we analyze the profit that we make from this business, our system, distributed shared responsibility, came with a formula to start. But of course, we will learn more implementing this one. But in this moment, we said like this: for glass containers, from 100% responsibility to do the recycling, product manufacturer will take 35% of this responsibility. Distributor and retailer will share each of them 20%, and citizens as consumer and waste generators will take 25% of this burden. So if we have 100,000 tons of glass waste, which is generated by us as a consumer, but with the influence of the system, we have a cost of $50, $70 per ton, in order not to send the glass to landfill, but to recycle. And we spoke earlier about the negative cost of the system. We have to share this responsibility between all the stakeholders, not only one to take all the problem. This is good also because it's fair, it's equitable for all of us. It should be also totally transparent.
Right.
And this is why we are using blockchain in our traceability software to build trust between all the stakeholders. If we have trust and transparency between us, and we know who is doing what, when, and why in the system, what's happening with the glass after the bean, and then what's happening with the product before the bean, we can share all the responsibility between us. We created a platform for sustainability using technology. So this is End of Waste Foundation goal, and our objective is to achieve 85% recycling rate from glass, for glass, until 2030. If we take the recycling rate, which was 6% in 1960, which is now 30-something% in 2020,
Right.
how many years do we need if we keep the same system?
Right.
Maybe 100 years and
Yeah.
more.
It'll take a
In
while.
10 years, End of Waste Foundation will help all the stakeholders with this technological platform to achieve 85% recycling rate. This is our promise to us and to all of the stakeholders of the system. Thank you.
Thanks.